Hello students. Today we will study about the alloys and this is the last topic of the chapter metallurgy. Okay. See, alloys we have studied earlier also that alloys it is a substance prepared by adding other metals or non-metals to a base metal. Some base metal is there. It is present in the greater percentage, and in that base metal some other metals or non-metals are added in appropriate proportion. See, there is not any fixed proportion like in a compound. If we study a compound is a pure substance in which two or more elements they are combined together in a fixed proportion by mass. There is a range like 20 to 25% or 30 to 32% it is present. So there is not exact proportion, it is some appropriate proportion. Base metal is there, and in that base metal other metals or non-metals they are added to obtain a certain desirable properties. Suppose we want to obtain a substance having some different properties from a base metal, then in that base metal we add some other metals or non-metals, and these are called alloys. Okay, its components must be miscible in liquid state when they are, because first we will take all of them in their molten state now. So they must be miscible in liquid state and they do not separate on solidification also. Like brass, bronze, stainless steel, all the things which we know, all these things are alloys. Its properties are intermediate between those of the metals composing them. The properties will be intermediate between all the metals which are composing them. Amalgams, see, amalgams are also the alloys, but if in alloys any one of the component, if it is mercury, then those alloys they are called amalgams. If in it is an alloy in which the base metal it is mercury, if the base metal it is mercury, see here, in mercury sodium is added, so it is liquid amalgam. Here zinc and mercury amalgam, it is zinc and mercury amalgam. So if in alloy one of the component is mercury, then that alloy is called amalgam. It is a specific name given to that alloy. Okay, now here are the percentages of different metals or non-metals present in different alloys, and their uses are also given there. Like and this you have to learn because it will be asked, definitely it will be asked in your paper. Brass is there, it has 60 to 80% of copper, means base metal is copper, and in that zinc is added, 40 to 20% zinc. In bronze, copper and zinc, Sn is also added there. Tin, German silver, see, name is German silver, but silver is not its constituent. Copper, zinc, and nickel is there in German silver. Gunmetal, copper, zinc, tin, and lead is there. Okay. Bell metal, copper, and tin is there. So these are the constituents of these alloys. So now we'll study about the properties and uses of these alloys. Brass, it is hard, lustrous means shiny appearance, easily cast. We can cast it into any shape very easily. It is malleable and ductile, means it can be beaten into thin sheets and it can be changed into thin wires. So brass they are used for electrical fittings. Decorative articles are also made up of brass, and statues, medals, and coins, these are also made up of brass. Now bronze. Bronze, it is hard, brittle, and takes up polish. See, it is hard. Yes, it is brittle. Means if you'll hammer it, it will break into pieces. And it is used for making statues, medals, and coins. German silver is also hard, it's silvery. It takes a polish. We have to polish it. It is used for decorative articles. Now, gunmetal. Gunmetal is hard, brittle, easily cast. We can cast this gunmetal easily into any shape. And this gunmetal, it is used in barrels and cannons. Bell metal, brittle, more sonorous than copper. And see, it is more sonorous means when we strike it, it make a ringing sound. So the bells and the gongs which are there, these bells are made up of this bell metal only. So you must have heard the bell ringing, whether in the temples or in our school also you must have seen. So these bells are made up of bell metal. Okay, and these are more sonorous than copper. Now aluminium alloys. These were the alloys of copper and zinc. Now we will study the aluminium alloys. Duralumin and magnesium. Duralumin, aluminium, magnesium, manganese and copper. These four are the constituents of duralumin and magnesium, aluminium and magnesium. Aluminium, see, aluminium is present in 95% is aluminium only. 0.5 magnesium, 0.5 manganese and 4% copper. Here 95 is aluminium and 5% is magnesium. If we talk about duralumin, its properties, it imparts lightness. Aluminium is there. Magnesium, it imparts strength. So these are used in aircrafts, light tools and cookers. Magnesium, it is light, hard, tough, corrosion resistant, means it cannot be it will not get corroded when it comes in contact with water or moisture. Aircrafts and scientific tools. So mainly these are used in aircrafts and to make light tools. Now lead alloys. Major component is lead here. See, solder and type metal, lead and tin. These two are the constituents of solder. Lead is also 50% and tin is also 50%. Type metal, it is lead is 75% here and tin is 5%. See, antimony is it is also present here, that is 20%. Solder, we all know that tin present here, it lowers the melting point of the alloy. Melting point of alloy, it is 180 degrees Celsius. So it is used for soldering purposes, for joining two metal. If a metal piece, it has broken, then we use this solder to join that metal piece, or it is also used in electrical fuse. Now type metal, like tin, antimony, they lowers the melting point, they enhances the castability, they enhances expansion capacity on solidification, means on solidification it expands. So these are used in printing blocks. Now iron, stainless steel and nickel steel. Stainless steel, these utensils we use in our daily life for putting food and all. See, iron 75%, nickel 10%, chromium 15%, and carbon is also present over there. So see, it is a non-metal here. They have specified here non-metal. Nickel steel, iron is 97% and nickel is 2% only. Stainless steel, nickel and chromium, they impart luster, means shiny appearance. Carbon imparts hardness and it is corrosion resistance. See, if suppose you have any stainless steel utensil at your home which is 20 or 25 years old, you have purchased it, then too no corrosion will take place in that. You must have seen that it is not corroded. Yes, so stainless steel, it is corrosion resistant. Uses utensils, cutlery, autos, surgical instruments also, they are made up of stainless steel. Nickel steel, it is elastic, it has elasticity, it imparts high tensile strength. So nickel steel, it is used in cable and aircraft parts. So this was all about alloys. Alloys are, it is a mixture. Mixture of two or more metals, or a metal and a non-metal. Yes, and if a baser metal is mercury, then that alloy is called amalgam. So go through this page very carefully, and you have to learn all the constituents, their uses also. According to the uses also, they can ask you the alloy. So you have to learn all the uses very properly. So this was all about this chapter. Thank you.